up or want to heal and grow and let go of the wounded.
It's traumatic.
It's dramatic and it's
traumatic.
It's
not just drama. It's drama.
It's trauma. So, and at some point we have to let go of the drama too. So part of the issue.
There's triggers.
People own their drama and their stories, but then you have to move beyond that.
So you think drama is the stories we tell ourselves? The framework how we set things up.
In the psychological sense, yeah. Well, drama, going back to the Greek drama in the Theater of Epidaurus, where I spent the night, slept under the stars, played my flute, was a sacred art. It was part of their healing. People would go to this performance with sound and movement and music. Now drama has become like melodrama, stories and sadness and emotion. And so what happens with people is they're told to own your stories, get in touch with it. And that's a sign of health, knowing your story, knowing your background, parental
You're supposed to let it go, though, not
influences.
let the story own you.
That's the key. What happens for many people is they hold on to the story.
I know there's people that just tell, like,
They
I
go to
did this at
therapy
this
for
old
30
time,
years,
or like...
right. And at some point you have to let go of all that, and that's hard too, because we all have wounds.
Mental framework.
We all have issues that sometimes they're repressed. So the very fact that you're aware of them is a good sign. Because when they're repressed, when they're unconscious, they're still eating away at us, right? Eating away at our bodies, because the mind and the body are connected. The emotions, if they're not released, they're in the tissues, and they lead to illness and blockage of the energy. So the trick is how to express the emotions in a healthy way, where you're not suppressing them, but you're not like violently, dramatically freaking out.
Well, sometimes we have to get like that because it's like it's been held down so long.
Well, and the key is when it gets like that is to take yourself in a safe place, in the forest or the beach or the therapy. So you're not doing a Thanksgiving dinner or in the middle of a
that tends to be when people are most comfortable,
you know?
though.
Or in a car, heaven
I
forbid,
know.
right? And that's what people do. That's why we see so much violence and aggression in our world today. People don't know. It just builds up, and then emotional intelligence. So
people have no idea about emotional intelligence. I actually just recently learned about it like last year.
You do. So that's the path you're on. And emotions, look at the word emotere, it's energy that moves. Nothing is wrong with any emotion. It's not good or bad. Anger, fear, it's what it is to be human. But it's how do we let it move through us? Do we let it, and this is part of
channeling the energy.
Right, and that's what body work is too. That's what shamanic and healing Reiki is. How do you channel that energy so you're not holding? We talked about this, holding on to.
So Tai Chi, all that stuff is kind of the same thing of manipulating the energy.
They're all
conduits
to the yes,
and the extensions of the same tree,
right.
Kind of like yoga.
Yeah, yoga, Tai Chi, particularly pranayama, about moving the energy, flowing it. Body work,
Reiki,
meditation can be that way, but certainly the Qigong tradition, pranayama, my approach to teaching yoga and Tai Chi, and my approach to body work, it's the physical level, but also the emotional and the mental, the energetic level. And this is the holistic learning that.
What about all the electromagnetic frequencies that project and make people feel
damaging,
fearful?
Insidious? We're not even aware of it because it's invisible. But there's a lot of research coming out. And of course, the big mega cell phones technology, we're the age of but those energy fields, electromagnetic fields, it's a different rhythm from our natural.
Well, it's also an energetic grid system that's also used for prison systems, literally, from the military.
It's
That's
Insidious,
what 5G.
Yes.
Insidious? Is that not a movie?
Insidious is malicious, not healthy, damaging. For example, technology, TextNet. Now the kids, they're all texting and computer.
Yeah.
So the head comes forward, so the body, the stress goes in there, and a lifetime of doing that leads to bad posture, bad breathing.
But also bad mentality thinking, because that's all the kid sees and knows. We were at a restaurant the other day, and we saw a 1-year-old. Parents were able to ignore their kids and give them devices. And just
to placate them, so they have to. But what those devices do, you're right, it programs our mind.
Programming,
so
television programming.
Back in the day when we went out and we played. Nowadays kids don't because of they're crazy.
They make you scared, yeah.
But the technology is all around, and
But it's not actually crazier. It's not crazier today or any day. It's actually more safer now, but they just program us to look at the phones instead of actually going outside and experiencing the world.
so
Yeah.
there you go. And there's the word experience the world, experience the world. So instead of experience the world, we have this
School system.
this virtual reality that we experience, Facebook, social media, TV, and we think that's reality, and that's part of the problem, and that is separated, that's alienating us from nature.
Mm-hmm.
Nature out there, but also human nature in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the time we live in, this age of
They're
alienation.
conditioning the humans.
Yeah. So go into the water, go out into the woods, go swim in the springs, breathe fresh air, right? Sweat
Yeah.
a little, dance.
Oh man.
All of that is so nature heals.
I would love to
saw
go to
that
the
in
springs
Costa
right now.
Rica. Springs
Don't
are
tease me.
great, right?
Like, what time
And
is
now
it?
this I know. Where do you guys go? Juniper?
I go to Juniper or
Yeah.
Alexander. I love Alexander. It's
yeah.
nice. There's Blue Spring, Salt
Yeah.
Spring,
Yeah.
Ginny
Devil's Den, Ginny Springs.
Right. I take my paddleboard.
Oh, all of them.
And now that summer's over,
You can go to Mantanzas with your stuff too.
all over, yeah. I was just up in the mountains. I took it up there and paddled on mountain lakes. But here in Florida, we're close to I love the springs. You know, they're sacred spots for the Indians. And you can
Are
stay-
they?
Well,
That would explain why I'm so deeply connected to that.
sure. And you
Wow.
can feel it. The energy it
I'm
comes out
obsessed.
from the earth, and it's healthy. You know, back in the day, they would send people to the springs to drink the waters. For the
And now
healing
you're not allowed to
properties.
drink the water.
Well,
Yeah.
most spring water is cool. You gotta just, again, trust your intuition. But yeah, water is another thing. I mean, the water we drink and chlorination and finding fresh, wholesome water.
I was just talking about how
Fresh
the
food.
prescription drugs just randomly show up in the water, in our fluoridation.
Well, yeah, of course, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Prescription drugs. We won't go down that field. But things are changing, you know. The attitudes towards marijuana are changing in my lifetime, so that's kind of cool to see. And ayahuasca and the value of, you know, mind-altering opening is if it's facilitated well, experiences. And, yeah, so being open to our bodies, being open to the energy, listening to it, using it appropriately for our health and well-being. But being true to yourself and not closing ourselves up. Like people go in the sun and go, oh, you gotta lather on all the sunscreens themselves across.
That causes cancer.
We need sunshine.
Yeah.
So how do
Well,
we
that's what they're
appropriate it?
supposedly making supposedly they're doing the chemtrails to block out the sun's rays because it's dangerous to us. But now we're also lacking excessively in vitamin D.
Exactly. Exactly. The moon too, by the way. We just had the full moon.
Yeah.
The Taoists would meditate. The Wiccans would meditate to the full moon. So the energy of the moon is also quite powerful. You know, the new moon, full moon, sweat lodges. So that's a cool thing. Do your own little rituals. You
Yeah.
know, full moon and new moon. Go out, take your crystals, take your bowls.
Well,
It could just be the two of you, or you know, with some close friends, and set an intent. So this is something we lack in our culture: ceremony, a sense of ceremony and ritual.
Yeah, we do
So-
lack the traditional stuff.
So create that for yourselves. You know, be positive. That might be part of your path. You know, maybe offer a little crystal bowl stuff, a little sound stuff. Set up a space with crystals, nice feng shui.
That's the hardest thing to find, though, is like, where do you belong in the world? Where's my space? Where's my space where I can have plants inside and sunshine shining through the
Yeah.
windows? And or do I have to build from scratch? Or like where? And then even then, where do I go? What country? Like where do I
Balance is
belong?
balancing. It's a bird, not an elm. But you're right. And so every place is different. And in your lifetime, you might end up in different places. Some you own, some you rent, some you're traveling through. But each space, you can bring yourself to it. Travel with your little crystals, travel with energy to create a space. Even if you're in a hostel. Or
Understood.
something.
Yes. Fascinating.
Right. Cool.
I'll be back.
All right. Well,
I'll definitely be back.
You have the number.
Yes.
Office hours are weekdays to 12:30. I'd love to do some work with you when you're ready for that. I think we could do some good work. And
Sounds
it's
good.
important that we've met and have a sense of each other. So I would, but you're on the path. I could tell, and I'm pretty selective in who I work with, and we could design a unique session with a little Qigong.
I would love all of
We would
that.
definitely do some sound, get you on the table, do some core work. I can see your, some postural stuff, probably the abdomen, the core, some energy work, Ayurvedic work, some cranial sacral therapy I think would be really beneficial. Just postural alignment for the breath, some diaphragm release kind of stuff. And then, and then whatever comes out, laughter, tears, mantram, sound.
Yeah.
That's the.
I have to let it go though.
Well, I can read that, yeah. So finding ways to let it go. Sweating is a way to let it go. Singing is a way to let it go. Body work is a way to let it go. So that's your path, finding ways to let it go. I love to go dance and just to outdoor concerts and just move 5 rhythms if you like it. Ecstatic dance, stuff like that. And I like to drum. I was at the drum circle last night. Growers Alliance, every Monday night, you guys should come.
I heard about
7 to
it.
9
They get
p.m.
great coffee.
It is hot, it is rockin'. We have a great group that shows up. We have
Every
dancers.
Monday night.
Every Monday night.
Okay.
Dancers, it's really beautiful. There are young kids, there are elders, there's people from all the different communities in
Wow.
town. People dance in the middle. We've got a great drummers. You can just sit and hang out. They sell beer and wine and pastries and vegan stuff. It's a really cool place, a good vibe. So check that out, Rivers Alliance. Last night was awesome, full moon. You could feel
I know
the
exactly
energy.
where it is, man.
Yeah, it's a cool,
man.
it's a cool spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I've never participated in that. I keep hearing about it.
Yeah.
I've been hiding now. It's time for the mermaid to come out her shell. So.
Yay! Emerging.
Yeah. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, mutual. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
So don't be a stranger. You know where
Definitely
we're at,
will.
right?
Yeah.
So feel free to give a call. Come just pop in for a class. When we're ready to do some work,
Yeah.
let me know. We can.
I would
set up
adore
an
that.
appointment.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Sweet.
All right, it's great meeting both of you. Both of you have really nice energy. You have nice energy together. Really sweet. I can feel the vibe. So share the wealth with that, right?
Thank you.
We're either moving up or we're moving down at any moment. We're evolving or devolving. We're either in love or in fear. So be in love. Feel the love.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever brings that out, keep it,
Yeah,
share it with the world.